Yeah, shalom, brothers and sisters. Real quick, I want to do a short, brief read and lesson. Basically, the history of Isaac and Ishmael, and particularly Ishmael. I want to bring out some points real quick. We're going to go to the Genesis 16 chapter. We're going to start there, Genesis 16, because that would be basically like literally the origins of Ishmael. And I will have a connecting video to this, so check the links. Please like and share if you enjoyed it. So let's get to it. Basically, we're going to start at Genesis 16 chapter, right? Genesis 16 chapter, and we're going to start at the first verse, right? So let's read. It said, "Now Sarah, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarah said unto Abram, Behold, now Yahweh have restrained me from bearing. I pray thee go and unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarah. And Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived, and when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. So she was hated by Sarah, and Sarah basically was jealous that, the handmaid bare children, and she had to watch, And Sarah said unto Abram, My wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. Yahweh judge between me and thee. But Abraham said unto Sarah, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. And when Sarah dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. So she made it very overbearing for her. Right? 7th verse. And the angel of Yahweh found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid, whence comest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarah. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, Return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. So this is what the angel of the Most High told Hagar, the Egyptian, the handmaid of Abraham. Let's read the 11th verse. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh have heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man in his hand. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. Right? So from there, let's jump down to the 15 and 16 verse. It says, And Hagar bare Abraham a son, and Abram called his name, which Hagar bare Ishmael. And Abraham was 86 old when Hagar bare Ishmael to Abram. Now from there, let's jump to the 21st. Let's go to the 21st verse. Salakia, 21st chapter, Salakia. Let's go to Genesis 21st chapter, right? From there, let's go to Genesis 21st chapter. And we're going to start at the, let's see. Let's start at the first verse, right? It says, and Yahweh visited Sarah as he had said, and Yahweh did unto Sarah as he had spoken. Second verse. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age at the set time of which Yahweh had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare him, Isaac. Now it's going to the history of Isaac. Right? Fourth verse. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as Yahweh had commanded him. Fifth verse. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And this is Isaac, right? And Sarah said, Yahweh have made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. Right? Let's read on to the 8th verse. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. Right? So he was a child of bloodline. He was a child of his heritage, right? Of a Hebrew. His mother was Syrian. So it says, 8th verse. And the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. Right? So from there, let's read on. Yeah, we're going to read on. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And Yahweh said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of the bondwoman. And all that Sarah have said unto her, and all that Sarah have said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. So he was going to make Ishmael great too, because he was of the seed of Abraham. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder, and the child, and sent her away, and she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. Right? We're going to I might go into that too, but anyway, let's jump down to the 18th verse. Let's read 18th verse, Genesis 21 and verse 18. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thy hand, for I will make him a great nation. And Yahweh opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink. And Yahweh was with the maid, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer. So his skill set in war was the arch. Right? I want to pause here for a second, because I stopped at Archer 20th verse. 21 verse 20, I stopped at. Matter of fact, I'm going to read 21. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. So Ishmael ended up marrying an Egyptian, right? So that's pretty much it on that for now, right? So I want to make this point. Remember, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were all dark nations. I have a video clip that probably might be above this. And I'm going to leave a little history of another video probably at the end of this one. Right? So, or before, I'm not sure yet. But either way, probably be at the end of this one. But the whole point is, everybody was dark nations then. Right? And a video I'm going to leave behind is going to go more into the history, showing you that these ones that speak the language of Arabic, but they're not the original people over there. And a video that's going to be under this video on my YouTube channel, even a Hamite giving a history, Africans telling the history of that and going into detail. So it's already up. Y'all can check that out now. But this lesson going to be up above that, showing you that the Most High blessed him and said his hand should be against every nation. That happened more so in ancient time, but these ones that's claiming, speaking the language of Ishmael, but not the really Ishmael of bloodline. And that happened during, like I said, there's a video going to explain that, going to the precepts, so I don't have to go into it right now. So, yeah, Ishmael looked like us, okay? Ishmael, the real Ishmaelites looked like us. And they had the bow and arrow. And by the way, I might as well add that in there. They fighting over there in the land with the fighting over the Gazans, those fake Jews, Khazars, fake Jews, claiming to be or trying to destroy the land, fight the people over there in Gaza. Now there are actual Israelites. Look up the word Afro-Palestinian. There's some actual Israelites in those lands. So, and they're called Afro-Palestinians. They look like us too. So they're real Israelites too. So I just wanted to add that in there, not to confuse you, but showing you that all the dark nations look like us. Abraham looked like we look like Abraham. We was dark people. So that's where it goes to Jeremiah 14:2 proves that we're different shades of brown. So showing you the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, and he is mustering a host of battle that's going on now. So yeah, y'all just check that out. And with that, I pretty much covered the chapters I wanted to, but I just wanted to clear certain things up so y'all don't be confused, because you're going to see in certain videos a Greekish looking Edomite speaking the Arab language, but he's Greek. So I just wanted to clear that up. And that's why I wanted to go into history of Ishmael. Ishmael, back then, his skill set was the arch. So it's referring to more so of ancient times now, because other prophecy had to be fulfilled, and what's going on now. So yeah, like I said, the video gonna probably be at this end and explain it. And with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Yasha Allah. Also check the links once again. Like, share, and share the videos, and subscribe. And I got another lesson that's gonna be a full lesson, Most High will, and it'll be a little longer than this for sure. And I'm not going to give it away. But with that, just keep looking for on my channel, my YouTube channel, H.I.S, which is an acronym for Hebrew Israelite Sanctuary 1689 on YouTube. With that, I say Shalom.